of neutered, spayed, vaccinated, collared cats, preferably indoors. However, if they must go outdoors, constraints to the owner's property by physical constraints should be implemented. Feeding feral cats or any wild animals should be discouraged and prohibited. Unwanted cats should be taken care of in an ethical, humane, and legal manner. Do we have any dog owners in here? If our pup runs loose, what could easily happen to it? Besides the fact of maybe getting run over, it could probably be impounded by animal control. Personally, I've noticed cats have much more flavors than dogs. But if cats are more abundant, more destructive to our wildlife, why don't we treat them close to the same standards? Imagine if all pets, by law, were required to be spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and identified with microchips, and restrained from running at large. Imagine if feral caretakers were prohibited to feed these abandoned animals. This dream control doesn't have to be imaginary. In fact, the city of Aurora, Colorado has not only implemented these laws, but truly enforces them. Enforced licensing, control, and restraint requirements will ensure cats and wildlife will acquire the protection they all deserve. Many county code ordinances focus on the restraints of dogs, not cats. Many county codes have vaccination, nuisance, spay, neuter requirements, but how often are these requirements truly enforced? And how about nuisance to wildlife? At what point should we be alarmed to the wildlife losses because of poor pet ownership? No better time than now. There will always be exceptions to the rule. However, with proper enforcement, we are all more cautious of our actions, our responsibilities. Without the enforcement of laws, many people unknowingly endanger the lives of plants, animals, and each other. So, until specific laws and regulations are clearly established and enforced, management of free-ranging and feral cats will remain a battle. In the meantime, while we continue to catfight, here are a few more standby solutions. A popular practice used by many feral colony caretakers is TNR, trapping, neutering, and releasing, in an attempt to reduce the spread of offspring and disease. These caretakers may feel as if they are doing a great deed, and on the surface, it sounds like a quality practice. But if the city or anyone picked up your dog, any dog, will they neuter and spay it and then release it? No. The fact that these volunteer caretakers are trying to do something to control populations is commended. Unfortunately, there has been very little to no evidence that TNR works effectively to minimize or even control populations. TNR advocates seem to define success by the welfare of cats, not the elimination of cats. For example, a 3-year study concluded the health of the colony was improved and demonstrated low turnover. However, the colony only decreased from 40 to 36 after 3 years of time, energy, and money. A report published by Levin College of Law at the University of Florida stated that federal and state wildlife laws designed to protect threatened and endangered species conflict with the practice of releasing non-native predators into the wild. Specifically, trap and release practices likely violate the Endangered Species Act and Migratory Bird Treaty Act because they may result in the direct take of protected species. The review also found that the local governments that legalized unauthorized TNR may be found in violation of these laws as well. Now is the point in time for the partnership among local and national conservation scientists to communicate reliable scientific feral cat research to the public, resource managers, funding agencies, and policymakers. For the health and welfare of these cats and our environment, I believe trapping and assessing the chances of adoption is the most appropriate action. If the cat is too wild, too feral, euthanizing should be considered. Not release, which will still impact wildlife and may encourage others to drop off their unwanted cats there too, thus continuing the cat-astrophe. Furthermore, because some areas are considered more environmentally sensitive than others, areas of concern should be prioritized to control cats in the most effective manner. Any sensitive area with risk of threatening or endangering species must be prioritized and addressed immediately. Because sensitive areas require extreme consideration that will cause severe reactions from the public, I urge the resource manager to be well informed before he or she literally picks a poison. Now I know we started this off with a little lighthearted laughter, but the fact of the matter is, this is serious. People are going to be upset. They're going to be more than upset. Especially with my next few recommendations. Unfortunately, extreme conditions require extreme solutions. The main methods used to eradicate cats are trapping, hunting with dogs, rifles, and guns, poisoning fish baits, or secondary poisoning by eating exotic rats that have eaten anticoagulants, enclosures such as electric fences, and introduction of disease or biological control such as coyotes. All of these methods are proven to be effective ways to decrease a population promptly. Nonetheless, new techniques of prevention and eradication should be sought after and developed. Many of these extreme solutions can be avoided, but that requires responsible pet ownership. Responsible pet ownership towards owned and unwanted pets. We have the right to own pets, and with that privilege comes the responsibility of animal husbandry, because we are all responsible for the future of our environment, for our children and their children after that. I like to think we're all here because we're optimistic that we can make some significant change. But to make that change, something needs to be done. We have to be responsible.